Is it possible to build the future in the middle of the desert? In just 50 years, this city went from being a small pearl fishing port to becoming the epicenter of luxury, impossible architecture, and world records. Today, I'm taking you on a tour of the city where nothing is impossible. Welcome to our video, Discover Dubai. Today, we land in a place that defies all the laws of logic, architecture, and sometimes even the laws of nature itself. We're in the United Arab Emirates, specifically in the city that has become the global synonym for the word impossible, Dubai. Just imagine for a moment a skyline where only 50 years ago there was nothing but sand, scorching sun, and a small trading port on the edge of a creek. Back then, life revolved around pearl fishing and basic trade. However, today, that same skyline is dominated by the tallest structure ever built by humans, by artificial palm-shaped islands visible from space, and by a display of technology that makes us feel like we've traveled 50 years into the future. Dubai is, without a doubt, a city of radical contrasts. It's the place where you can ski on real snow inside a shopping mall, while outside the temperature is close to 40 degrees Celsius. It's the destination where police patrol cars are luxury supercars, and where the most traditional spice markets coexist just a few miles away from museums dedicated to the future. But what's behind all this glitz and these world records? Is Dubai just a facade of glass and steel, or does it have a soul worth discovering? In the next few minutes, we're gonna break down this metropolis layer by layer. We won't just stop at the tourist postcards everyone knows. We're gonna dive into its complex history. We'll understand how it went from being an arid desert to a global logistics hub. We'll explore its oldest neighborhoods, where you can still catch the scent of incense and Arabic coffee in the air. And I'll give you all the practical tools, from transportation to cultural etiquette, so that when you decide to visit, you'll feel like a local. Get ready, because this isn't just a trip about luxury and shopping. It's an immersion into human ambition taken to its highest level. Adjust your seat, turn up the volume, and join me on this visual adventure. Let's get started. To truly enjoy Dubai in an authentic way, it's essential to set aside your preconceptions and try to understand the mindset that shaped this place. We often make the mistake of thinking Dubai is an independent country, but the truth is, it's one of the 7 members of the United Arab Emirates, a federation that only came together in 1971. Although Abu Dhabi is the political capital and holds the largest oil reserves, Dubai is the commercial capital, the bold, cosmopolitan face that looks out to the world. The story of Dubai is, at its core, a story of survival and vision. For centuries, this was a humble settlement of Bedouins and pearl divers. Life was tough. They depended on maritime trade through the creek, the waterway that divides the city. However, in the 1930s, the collapse of the natural pearl market plunged the region into a deep crisis. It was in that moment of need that a mindset of resilience emerged, one that endures to this day. If the environment doesn't give us resources, we have to create them ourselves. Many people believe that the city's current wealth comes exclusively from oil, but that's a myth we need to debunk to truly understand its economy. Oil was the initial driver, the seed capital that made it possible to build basic infrastructure in the 1960s and 70s. But Dubai's rulers, especially the Al Maktoum family, knew that the oil would run out soon. That's why they made a risky and visionary decision to reinvest every dollar from oil into turning Dubai into a global logistics, financial, and tourism hub. Today, less than 1% of Dubai's GDP comes from oil. The city thrives on trade, its massive ports, its world-class flagship airline, and, of course, luxury tourism and financial services. Another key pillar to understanding Dubai is its demographics, which are unique in the world. Around 80% to 90% of its residents are foreigners. This makes the city a fascinating sociological experiment, where more than 200 nationalities live side by side. As you walk down its streets, you'll hear Arabic, English, Hindi, Tagalog, and Spanish all in the same block. This mix has created an extremely tolerant and safe society where the law is strictly enforced to guarantee peaceful coexistence. However, it's important to remember that despite its futuristic appearance, we are in an Islamic country. Religion sets the pace of life. The calls to prayer ring out 5 times a day from the minarets, and celebrations like Ramadan completely transform the city. To understand Dubai means to accept that duality. An absolute respect for Bedouin roots and Islamic faith, hand in hand with a technological ambition that knows no limits. It's a city that doesn't wait for the future, it builds it through engineering and determination. Understanding this balance between a nomadic past and a hyper-connected tomorrow is the key that will let you enjoy every corner we're about to visit next. It's not just about money, it's an unbreakable will to be the best at everything they set out to do. To grasp the magnitude of this city, we need to break it down. Dubai isn't a city you can walk across from end to end. It's a network of districts with personalities so different that sometimes it feels like you're changing countries just by crossing the street. We're going to explore the 5 neighborhoods that, in my opinion, define the essence of this metropolis. We start where it all began. Dira. If you're looking for the Dubai of skyscrapers, you won't find it here. And that's exactly its magic. Located north of the creek, there is the historic commercial heart. Walking through its streets is like diving into a maze of scents and colors. This is where you'll find the famous souks. The gold souk is one of the largest precious metals trading hubs in the world. The display cases shine so brightly it's almost hypnotic, and you'll see pieces that look like they're straight out of a royal treasure. Just a few steps away, the spice souk welcomes you with open sacks of cinnamon, saffron, incense, and dried roses brought in from Iran, India, and Oman. In Deira, life feels real, noisy, and vibrant. This is the Dubai of dock workers loading goods onto dhows, wooden boats that still sail to distant ports today. Don't leave here without taking an abra, the traditional boat that crosses the river for just 1 dirham. It's possibly the most romantic and authentic ride in the city. Crossing the creek from Daira, we arrive at Bur Dubai, the other heart of the old city. Within this district lies a hidden gem, the historic Al Fakidi neighborhood, formerly known as Bastakia. It's a conservation area that takes us back to the mid-19th century. Here, there's no glass or steel large. Instead, you'll find ochre-colored walls built from coral stone and plaster. The most fascinating thing about Al Fajidi are the barjeel, or wind towers, the oldest air conditioning system in the world, designed to catch the breeze and direct it into the houses. It's a neighborhood of artists, with contemporary art galleries hidden in inner courtyards and quiet cafes like the Arabian Tea House, where you have to try the Amardi breakfast. It's a necessary reminder that before all the opulence, Dubai was a place of simplicity, quiet, and architecture perfectly adapted to the desert. Now we're making a radical change and heading downtown. If Dubai were a theater, this would be the main stage. This district was designed to leave the world in awe. This is where the city's verticality reaches its peak with the Burj Khalifa. But downtown is much more than just a tower. It's an ultra-luxurious concept of urban living. Walking along Emaar Boulevard feels like strolling through a futuristic movie set. Lit up palm trees, spotless sidewalks, and the world's best cars parading right before your eyes. Here, you'll find the Dubai Mall, which isn't just a shopping center, it's an indoor city with its own giant aquarium and an Olympic-sized ice rink. When night falls, the area transforms. The show of the dancing fountains. With the Burj Khalifa lit up in the background, it's an experience that, no matter how many times you've seen it on Instagram, will take your breath away in person. This is the Dubai we all picture when we think of world records. If we head south, we arrive at Dubai Marina. For many residents, this is the best place to live. It's the largest man-made marina in the world, built around a 3-kilometer canal, which winds its way between more than 200 skyscrapers. The density of towers here is overwhelming. It looks like a futuristic version of Manhattan, but with palm trees and luxury yachts. What makes the marina special is its energy. The Marina Walk is a 7-kilometer promenade full of terraces, restaurants, and people working out. Right next door is JBR, Jumeirah Beach Residence, where the city meets the sea. It's one of the few areas in the city with a real street culture, where you can go shopping, have dinner by the sea, and then take a dip at the beach's public beach, all within minutes. The nighttime lighting of the marina with the reflections of the lights on the canal water is simply spectacular. We can't finish this section without talking about Palm Jumeirah, the artificial island shaped like a palm tree that pushed the limits of coastal engineering. Divided into the trunk, the fronds, and the crescent, the outer ring that acts as a breakwater, this area represents absolute exclusivity. Exploring the palm is a one-of-a-kind experience. On the fronds, you'll find the villas of some of the richest people on the planet, each with its own private beach. On the trunk, you'll find designer hotels and vibrant beach clubs. And crowning it all, at the very top of the crescent, stands the majestic Atlantis the Palm Hotel. Recently, the View at the Palm opened, a viewing platform that lets you see the perfect shape of the palm tree from above. Something that used to be possible only by helicopter. The Palm isn't just a vacation spot, it's the ultimate symbol of Dubai's ability to redraw the map of the Earth. If Dubai has achieved anything in recent decades, it's putting its name in the Guinness Book of World Records time and time again. In this segment, we're going to take a look at those structures, which are not only city icons, but also milestones of modern engineering. These are places you absolutely have to visit, but today we're going beyond the typical photo op to understand what really makes them special. Let's start with the undisputed king, the Burj Khalifa. Standing at 828 meters tall, it's not just the tallest building in the world, it's an aerodynamic masterpiece. Its design, inspired by the shape of a desert flower called Hymenocallis, features a Y-shaped structure that helps reduce wind impact as it rises. Going up to its observation decks, like at the top on levels 124 and 125, or the exclusive level 148, is a dizzying experience in the best way possible. The elevators travel at 10 meters per second. In just over a minute, you go from sea level to being above the clouds. Here's a fact that not many people know. The weight of the concrete used in its construction is equal to that of 100,000 elephants, and the amount of aluminum used matches that of 5 Airbus A380 airplanes. Watching the sunset from here means seeing the sunset twice, once at the base and again at the top. Right at the foot of the Burj Khalifa is the Dubai Fountain. Don't just call it a fountain, because it's the largest dancing fountain system on the planet. Designed by the creators of the Bellagio fountains in Las Vegas, this version is 25% bigger. The show is mesmerizing. The water jets can reach up to 150 meters high, the equivalent of a 50-story building, and are synchronized with a choreography of lights and music. If there's one building that put Dubai on the world tourism map before the Burj Khalifa, it's the Burj Al Arab. Built on its own artificial island, its dough sail shape pays tribute to the city's seafaring heritage. It's popularly known as the world's only 7-star hotel because of its extreme level of service, where every suite has its own 24-hour butler. Even if you don't stay there, you can book a guided tour or have afternoon tea at its Skyview bar. The interior is a burst of color with over 1,700 square meters of 24-karat gold leaf decorating its walls. Switching up the style, we arrive at what many consider the most beautiful building in the world, the Museum of the Future. Its toroidal structure, thank you, ring-shaped, is covered with stainless steel panels engraved with Arabic calligraphy featuring poems by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum about the future. Unlike traditional museums that preserve the past, This is a living museum where the next frontiers of science, technology, and human spirituality are explored. It doesn't have a single column inside, which is a miracle of modern engineering. It's a must visit to understand where this city is headed in the next 50 years. If the Burj Khalifa is the heart of the city, the Dubai Mall is its circulatory system. With over 1,200 stores, it's not just the largest shopping mall in the world by total area. It's an entertainment destination like no other. Here, you lose all sense of scale. You can walk for hours and feel like you've only seen a fraction of it. But what truly makes it iconic are its indoor attractions. Inside, you'll find the Dubai Aquarium and Underwater Zoo, featuring a massive acrylic panel that holds millions of liters of water and thousands of marine species, including sharks and rays that you can see even without paying admission right from the mall's hallways. Don't miss the waterfall, a 4-story indoor cascade adorned with fiberglass diver sculptures that pay tribute to the pearl divers of the past. We head over to the Blue Waters Island area to check out the Ain Dubai. Standing at 250 meters tall, it makes the London Eye in London and the High Roller in Las Vegas look small. It's the largest and tallest observation wheel in the world. Each of its cabins is a high-tech space, with air conditioning and enough room to move around freely while you enjoy a 360-degree view of the entire Dubai coastline, the Palm, and the Burj Al Arab. Riding the Ain Dubai, especially during the golden sunset, gives you a unique perspective on how the city has reclaimed land from the sea. It's the perfect place to grasp the scale of urban planning in the Emirates. Now we have to leave the bubble of glass and asphalt to visit the oldest and most sacred icon, the desert. You can't say you've truly discovered Dubai if you haven't felt the fine sand between your fingers. Just 45 minutes from downtown, the landscape changes dramatically to the reddish dunes of the Dubai Desert Conservation Reserve. This is where we connect with our Bedouin roots. A desert safari is the quintessential experience. You can feel the adrenaline of dune bashing and 4x4 vehicles, watch a falconry demonstration, the national sport, ride a camel at sunset, or enjoy dinner under the stars at a traditional camp. The silence of the desert at night, in contrast to the constant noise of downtown, gives you a real sense of what this place was just a few decades ago. Finally, for those who think the desert is just sand, there's the Miracle Garden. It's the largest natural flower garden in the world, with over 150 million flowers arranged in incredible structures. Seeing a life-size Airbus A380 completely covered in flowers is something you can only see in Dubai. This place is a testament to how smart irrigation and technology can create life in the most extreme conditions. Just keep in mind that it's only open from October to April, since the summer heat would be unbearable for the plants. Traveling to Dubai is, above all, taking a culinary journey around the world without ever leaving the city. Since it's a melting pot of cultures with more than 200 nationalities living together, its culinary offerings are simply endless. Here you can have an Australian-style specialty coffee for breakfast, enjoy an authentic Indian curry for lunch on a corner in Dera, and have dinner at a 3-Michelin-star restaurant overlooking the Burj Khalifa. To understand the local food, we first have to look at the desert. Emirati cuisine is the cuisine of survival, but it's rich in spices brought in by ancient trade routes. The national dish you should look for is al-makbous. It's a rice dish cooked with meats, usually lamb or chicken, and a blend of spices called bidar, which includes cardamom, cinnamon, turmeric, and cloves. Another essential dish is harish, a preparation of wheat and meat slowly cooked until it reaches a creamy texture. It's very popular during the month of Ramadan. And of course, no meal is complete without a sweet touch, luka and mat. They're small balls of fried dough, crispy on the outside and soft on the inside, covered in date syrup and sesame seeds. Always pair them with gawa, Arabic coffee. If you're on a tight budget or just looking for authenticity, you have to head to 2nd of December Street or get lost in the alleys of Satwa. Here, the undisputed king is shawarma. But forget what you think you know about him. In Dubai, the balance between seasoned meat, toom, a strong garlic sauce, and pickles is an art form. Trying a karak chai, a spiced milk tea, for just 1 dirham while you watch the afternoon hustle and bustle is one of the most authentic and affordable experiences you can have. On the other end of the spectrum, Dubai has become the new world capital of celebrity chefs. Names like Gordon Ramsay, Nobu Matsuhisa, and Massimo Bottura have their culinary outpost here. But beyond the big names, Dubai offers experiences you won't find anywhere else. Can you imagine having dinner in the ocean, surrounded by the giant aquarium at the Atlantis Hotel, while sharks swim just inches from your table? Or enjoying a sensory blindfolded dinner? In Dubai, food is a feast for the eyes first. Places like Time Out Market at the SoCal Bar are perfect if you're traveling with a group, since they bring together the city's 17 best chefs under one roof, letting you try a bit of everything with a direct view of the dancing fountains. I can't wrap up this section without mentioning Friday brunch, which now also takes place on Saturdays. In Dubai, brunch isn't just a meal, it's a social institution. The most luxurious hotels go all out, offering endless seafood buffets, sushi stations, premium cuts of meat, and chocolate fountains, all accompanied by live music and entertainment. It's an afternoon of indulgence and celebration. It perfectly captures the lifestyle of this city's residents. One of the biggest mistakes travelers make when they first arrive in Dubai is thinking they can get around the city on foot. Dubai is a city built for cars, with huge distances and a main highway, Sheikh Zayed Road, that has up to 14 lanes. That's why understanding the transportation system will not only save you money, but also keep you from having to walk under the scorching sun. The crown jewel is the Dubai Metro. It's one of the most advanced and cleanest transportation systems in the world, and it has a unique feature. It's fully automated, there's no driver. It only has 2 lines, the red and the green, which makes it extremely easy to use. You'll use the red line 90% of the time, since it runs along the entire backbone of the city. It connects the airport with downtown, the Dubai Mall, and the marina. The best thing about the metro is that most of its route is elevated. Riding in the first car gives you one of the best panoramic views of the skyscrapers for free. Unlike other major capitals, taxis in Dubai are relatively affordable and very efficient. You'll see thousands of cream-colored taxis everywhere. They all use meters and are very safe. However, my recommendation is to download 2 essential apps, Uber and, above all, Careem. Careem is the local version of Uber, and it works great. You can order anything from a regular taxi, a luxury taxi, to high-end cars. It's ideal because you know the price in advance, and you can pay directly with the cards set up in the app, avoiding any issues with currency exchange. If you find yourself in the Marina or JBR area, the Dubai Tram is your best friend. It connects the Marina with the Palm monorail. Speaking of the Palm monorail is the only form of public transportation that runs along the trunk of the artificial island all the way to the Atlantis Hotel. Although it's not fully integrated into the NL system and you need a separate ticket, the views of the luxury villas and the Palm's beaches from the monorail are spectacular. Not everything is cutting-edge technology. To get around between Dera and Bur Dubai, the old part of town, the fastest and most charming way is the Abra. These small, traditional wooden boats cross the creek constantly. There are no set schedules. You just hop on, pay the boatman 1 dirham in cash, and enjoy a 5-minute ride that makes you feel like you're in 1950s Dubai. Should you rent a car? Only if you plan to take trips on your own to other Emirates like Abu Dhabi or the Jata Mountains. Driving in Dubai can be stressful because of the speed. The heavy traffic and highway exits, if you miss one, you have to drive an extra 10 minutes to get back. Plus, parking in popular areas can be expensive. For a standard visit, the metro and taxis are more than enough. Finally, remember that Dubai is becoming more walkable in specific areas like City Walk, La Mer, or Dubai Marina, but always check the map to see if there are pedestrian bridges to cross the big avenues. Never try to cross a main road on foot. Distances can be deceiving and traffic safety is strictly enforced. The weather in Dubai is the factor that will define your trip. Here, there are only 2 seasons, hot and very hot. The best time to visit the city is between November and March. During these months, temperatures range from 20 to 28 degrees Celsius, which lets you enjoy the beaches and stroll through open areas. However, if you plan to come between June and September, get ready. Temperatures can exceed 45 degrees Celsius with suffocating humidity. During this time, life on the street comes to a halt during the day. Everything happens under the air conditioning of malls or hotels. The advantage of coming in the summer is that luxury hotel prices drop by half, but you'll barely be able to stay outside for more than 10 minutes. The official currency is the Emirati dirham, AED. Although in the Daira souks, it's still useful to carry some cash, especially for the abraz or small purchases where you want to haggle. Dubai is one of the most digitalized cities in the world. You can pay with a credit card, Apple Pay, or Google Pay almost anywhere, from the simplest taxi to the most humble food stall. My advice is to use cards like Revolut or Wise to get the best exchange rate, since traditional banks usually charge high fees for currency exchange. This is the point that raises the most questions. Dubai is very liberal compared to its neighbors, but it's still an Islamic society with traditional values. In hotels, beaches, and clubs, you can dress exactly as you would in any European or American city. Swimsuits and bikinis are normal at pools and beaches. In shopping malls and public spaces, what they call respectful clothing is recommended. For women, avoid very low-cut tops or extremely short skirts. For men, avoid going shirtless. A good tip is to always carry a scarf or a light jacket, not just out of respect, but also because the air conditioning indoors is usually set to Arctic temperatures. Displays of affection. Passionate kisses or very demonstrative displays of affection in public can attract negative attention or even get you into legal trouble. Alcohol is available, but not everywhere. It's only served in licensed establishments, which are usually restaurants and bars inside hotels. Drinking on the street is strictly prohibited, and the zero-tolerance policy for drinking and driving is real. Don't risk it, not even with a single beer. A vital tip, medication. Dubai has very strict laws regarding controlled substances. Some medications that are common in other countries, like certain anti-anxiety drugs or strong painkillers with codeine, may be prohibited. If you're traveling with medication, always carry the original prescription translated into English to avoid problems at customs. As soon as you land, you can get a free SIM card with some data at passport control. It's given out by the operator due. However, if you're staying for a long time, I recommend buying a data plan at the airport. An important detail about the internet. WhatsApp and FaceTime calls are blocked in the Emirates due to government regulations. You can send messages and photos, but to make voice or video calls, you'll have to use local apps like Botim or use a VPN connection. Statistically, Dubai is one of the safest cities in the world. You can walk anywhere at 3 a.m. with your phone in your hand without feeling the slightest bit of danger. Their surveillance cameras everywhere, and respect for other people's property is absolute. This makes traveling extremely relaxing, especially for families or women traveling alone. And so, after exploring everything from the history-filled alleys of Deira to the tip of the Burj Khalifa, we end our journey through the city of impossible dreams. Dubai is a place that sparks divided opinions, but there's one thing no one can deny. It's a living testament to what human willpower is capable of building out of nothing. If this guide has helped you understand a little better this fascinating maze of contrasts, where the future and tradition go hand in hand, and if today you're leaving with a clearer idea of how to plan your trip to the City of Records, then our job is done. At Time to Travel, we love joining you on this adventure, because our goal is for you to discover the world with guides that are clear, practical, and above all, designed so you can truly enjoy every second of your experience. Now it's your turn. Give us a big like if you found this content helpful. And leave us a comment telling us which place in Dubai are you most excited to visit. We're looking forward to reading your answers. Thank you for being here, thank you for traveling with us, and we'll see you very soon at the next destination. Have a great trip.